Ubwo parike yafunguye imiryango kugira ngo abantu baze bayisure namwe murimo. Yakoze by'akazi ki? Hanyuma hano yes.
You have to mix with French or
Okay.
English.
Now I'm going to use English. Okay.
Yes.
So first of all, welcome. I was saying that someone will stay beside you so that she can translate for you, but let's use English.
Okay.
Okay, I was saying that the gates of park were open since 1934. So 1958 we had no black rhinos. Those one we have today came from Tanzania in 1958. So 1975 there were no elephants here in the park, but they were in Rwanda on the other side of the park, which is Bugesera. They lived with the people. That's why we translocated them from Bugesera to the park. All elephants we have today, they came from Bugesera. So 1986, there were no giraffes here. Those one we have today came from Kenya as gift. So on the world we have 4 main species of giraffes, like reticulated giraffes, northern giraffes, southern giraffes, and the Maasai giraffes. So we have only one species in the park, which is Maasai giraffes. So 1991, poaching cases were increased because people, they get information that horns of rhinos are expensive, ivories of elephants are expensive. They started eating wildlife meats like buffaloes and antelopes. That's why cases of poaching in the park increased by that time. So that's why here we have blackboard. You know what happened in Rwanda? Terrible history about genocide. From 1994, going back, many people left the country for their security. They used to be in neighboring countries like Uganda, DRC, Burundi, and Tanzania. So after genocide, they decided to return back to Rwanda. They increased their number. They had domesticated animals. The size of living in Rwanda were small. That's why government made arrangement to take some parts of the park to give them new central land. So before the size of the park, initial size of the park was 2,700 square kilometers. So after being reduced, we stayed with 1,120 square kilometers, more than half of the park. Now it's no longer part of the park. So people lived here with their cows, animals there. So before 94, we had almost 300 lambs in the park. They found the cattle around. They started eating them. So people only way they had to defend their territories or to poison all these lambs. Means that from 94 to 2000, we lost all lambs been here before. They were killed through poisons, machetes, and traditional weapons. This is the last lion appeared in the park. So remember that 1958 we had black rhinos. People hunted them till 2007, so the last black rhino appeared in the park. 2009, cases of poaching animals, growing cows in the park was a big issue. Means that cows, buffaloes were mixing because people took some parts of the park in the park from the farms. So government of Rwanda decided to get calls to African parks to see if African park can help in conserve and renewing the park. African Parks is an NGO specializing in managing and conserve parks in Africa. For more information, African Parks now is managing more than 22 parks in 12 countries of Africa. So the collaboration between the government of Rwanda stands for RDB, Rwanda Development Board. They signed the agreement with the African Parks. They formed the AKAGERA Management Company, which is almost half independent and half government. So Rwanda is managing 51%, and the African Parks managing 49%. Now, still ownership rules and regulations is for government of Rwanda. So 2013, to avoid the movement of animals in and out and poaching cases, they first this west side of the park by using electrical fence, low solar energy which has low voltage. It's not to kill animals, just to control their movement. Also, they put effort in law enforcement, like rangers, canine dogs, no canine team, and the trackers. So law enforcement are doing good job. They're doing daily patrol and the night patrol. That's why you are safe and wildlife animals are safe. So to complete the class of Big Five, we spent almost 15 years without having lions in the park. Remember, the last lion appeared in the park in 2000 to 2015. So we had a gift from South Africa of 7 lions, came from South Africa, of course. There were 5 females and 2 males, but 2 males was not enough. That's why arrival of black rhinos from South Africa too came up with 2 male lions. From this number of lions, now we count to more than 65 lions in the park. Still now, according to the size of the park, number is not enough, but we are still having low chances to increase their number. Maybe 10 years coming, we're gonna have many lions in the park so that you can see them day by day. So 2019, this is the longest way rhinos did from one continent to another. These rhinos, there were 5 came from Europe. For example, in German Republic and Czech Republic and England. So this is the longest way rhinos did from one continent to another. So now, 2021, we had also white rhinos came from South Africa. Now we have both species, black and white rhinos. Okay, and we're there now. So numbers of rhinos are confidential. Okay, are confidential because they're endangered species. Don't say it, but because you are my guest, we saved the 30 white rhinos. Now numbers increasing. You know that rhinos they took almost 16 months to give birth baby. So that means that numbers are increasing. So there's something which is called introduced and reintroduced. So about rhinos, they used to be here. Black rhinos used to be here. Those one we received, it's like reintroduced because they used to be here. But for white rhinos, it's introduced. So I'd like to invite, what do you want to give you about things about map, colors, itineraries? So, guys, go down to the map and you will follow her to see what's going on. He will give you more details about laws and regulations.
Thank you.
Like Akagera National Park, Nyungwe National Park, Volcano National Park, and the new one, which is the Shwati Mukura National Park. So now you are in the Akagera National Park on the east side of east province of Rwanda, and it's only Savannah Park I have here in Rwanda. So the name Akagera came from this river, which is River Akagera, also naturally bonded between Rwanda and Tanzania. So the park presentation shows that we have only 3 main colors like green, blue, and yellow. Nubwo ari white ariko yahoze ari yellow no kubera map iri hanze y'inyange. So the green color presents a swamp or wetland on the other side. Blue presents lakes. We have 10 lakes in the park. The second largest lake in Rwanda, we have it here, it's called Ihema. The island in the middle, it's good habitat for crocodiles and more than 250 species of aquatic birds. That's why I advise people when they are interested in bird watching, I advise them to have a boat cruise. Yellow, it's savanna. So in the park, I use 2 main roads. This is a half of the park. We are here in the southern part of the park. Up there, it's the northern part of the park. The southern part of the park is somehow dense. You see trees and shrubs are thick, but northern part of the park is somehow open. So the movement of animals can be increased the more you go up. You know, animals they like to be in the open space where herbivorous controls carnivorous very easily. But we don't have specific location for animals. You can see them in the south, also you can see them in the north, depends how lucky you are. And we use two main roads, like there is a lake shore road, that's the road which is passing near the lake. Also we have the mountain road. Today we use the lake shore road because passing through the mountain road required to have strong vehicle like Surambaya. The more you go on the hills, the more you can damage your vehicle when you have weak vehicle. But we pass there when people are interested in the view of the park. Because you are on the height of the park, you can see lakes and enjoy the breathing air on the top of the hills. But we can't do that in one day and a short period we have right now. So rules are simple. You smile for nature, nature smile back. Don't show your angry face to the animals. They will go hiding and you are here just to see them. So, and you take nothing from the park, okay? You take nothing from the park. It's only memories, pictures, and friendship if you want. And you leave nothing in the park, only memories and footprints.
I want to receive left to
I
my
will
ex
have your
here.
footprints. Say that. So that you have to avoid direct contact with the animals, like touching them, feeding them. Don't do that. And we don't throw out things. We keep everything we have in the vehicle, especially plastics. So because we'll not be having toilets everywhere, you should start with using bathrooms before we leave. If not, we use bush toilets. Moving in a vehicle is not prison. If it's emergency case, you inform me, we stop, we search for the open space. You go behind the vehicle,
And you see the lion?
you check tires, and the animals will take your pictures. So, and that was now. Without spending time here, let please go in the vehicles, pictures you will take them off.
Okay, okay, thanks.
It's alright. It's good.